Hi, I'm Pastor Kurt, and this is your 5-minute Bible study. Today, we're going to look at Mark chapter 9, verses 33 through 41. Now, this section encompasses two important scenes, so we'll get to each one. In the first scene, Jesus' disciples are arguing amongst themselves about who among them is the greatest, which to us sounds kind of ridiculous. Why in the world would you argue about who is the greatest? Jesus is the greatest, right? Nobody can compare to him. Well, even if the question is ridiculous, we still do it today. Think about all of the things that compare people, that say this person is better than this person, or think about how social media or a lot of stuff online can just become a giant popularity contest where each person wants to say, I'm more important than you are, or I'm greater than you are. That somehow my value or my importance is tied to the number of video views I have, or what have you, right? In our world today, there are so many ways that people compete to be great. Think about all these reality shows that's all about competition and eliminating one person every week until the very end, right? We still do this. We still try to figure out who among us is the greatest. Yes, we might say Jesus is the greatest because we know that's what we're supposed to say, but sometimes we don't really act like he's the greatest. We want to be the greatest. And this was the same thing that Jesus' disciples were arguing about. Who among them was the greatest? Well, Jesus uses this as a teaching opportunity. And he reminds them that if you want to be great, you serve. It's not about being the ones in charge. It's about being servants. Not only that, it's also about welcoming children. Now today, that might be easy for us. Today, most of us love kids, and we help kids, and we want them to grow. But back in Jesus' day, kids were basically seen as property. They were at the bottom of the social totem pole. Part of the reason for that was because kids just didn't live very long back then. So if they're not going to be around very long, why get emotionally attached to them? Kids were seen as nobodies. This is what makes this moment here so important. Jesus says, okay, you want to be great? I hear you. You want to be great. Then serve others and welcome those who are seen as nobodies. Jesus completely upends the idea of greatness. When we think of greatness and when the disciples think of greatness, they think of being better than somebody else. But for Jesus, being great means that you serve and that you care for those that nobody else cares about. The disciples kind of take this in and they realize he's right, and they're kind of like, okay, all right, we get it. Well, but then in the next scene in this passage, we hear about these very same disciples complaining about this other exorcist they've heard about. This other guy who's casting out demons in Jesus' name, but he's not a part of their group. So they question Jesus. They're like, hey, you want us to go out and stop this guy? We get it that nobody within our group is greater than anybody else. Okay, we understand that now. But you've got to admit that our group is better than this other guy in whatever group he's a part of. Well, Jesus then says, no, that's not how it works either. He says not to stop this guy, because this guy is casting out demons. He is helping people in Jesus' name. Sometimes today, certain denominations of Christianity can be like, hey, that other denomination's not doing it the way we do. We should go stop them. Well, there is bad theology out there, but that's not the point here. This other exorcist, he doesn't have bad theology. He's out there actually helping people in the name of Jesus. When one denomination sees another denomination serving others and helping them in the name of Jesus, don't get in their way. We should celebrate them. We should encourage them. We should support them. It's not just about our particular group, whatever that group may be. Sometimes the argument is, hey, I'm better than you are, as in I as an individual am better than you as an individual. Or sometimes it's, hey, our group is better than your group. In both of those cases, Jesus says, no, that's not how it works. You want to be great? Then serve others, welcome those nobody else welcomes, and don't stop those who are also serving in my name. There's your 5-minute Bible study for the day. Please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.